Good morning, Sunrisers. I'm Dr. Janzen, and today I have with me our head technician, Katie, and this sweet girl is Lucy. She is a 9-month-old dachshund, or a weenie dog. Lucy came to us for her puppy checkups. We were watching her every couple of weeks as we did her exams, and then once she hit about the 6 to 8 month mark, we noticed she had all of her adult teeth in, but she still also had some of her puppy teeth. And so that's what we call retained deciduous canines. She also had some other extra ones as well, but normally it's the canines. It's the big long fangs that are on the top and the bottom. And so if you ever open your puppy's mouth and you see that there's two teeth sitting right next to each other, that's not normal for that to be there. And so what usually happens with that, it just means that the adult teeth, when they came through, didn't push those puppy teeth so that they fell out of their mouth out normally. It can happen with any of the teeth. That includes the big molars, the big teeth in the back. For Lucy, it was both her canines, and then she also had her upper incisors, which are these smaller little teeth right here in the front. So she looked a little bit like a piranha. It was kind of crazy. So Mom brought her in. It's a very, very quick little procedure. We do put them under anesthesia fully for that, just because it is uncomfortable. We are pulling teeth, but we put her under. We were able to take those teeth out in probably less than 10 minutes. It was very, very fast. She went home with some pain control, ate some soft food for a couple of days. It was very, very simple. The reason we push for that to happen is if they don't fall out when the adult teeth erupt, those puppy teeth will remain there. And the problem with that is it will cause issues for the adult teeth on a couple of different levels. The first one being that it can cause their bite to become malaligned. You want what we call a scissor bite, where the teeth actually come together and intertwine in a nice way so that the mouth can close completely. Having the retained deciduous teeth can cause them to have underbites, overbites. It can cause their canines to sit on the inside and put holes in the roof of their mouth. Various things like that can happen if we don't take those baby teeth out. The other thing that can happen too is because those teeth sit so closely together, they'll actually cause tartar and infection to build up and can cause problems down the line and cause your pet to have issues with their teeth sooner than if we had gotten rid of them. So if you notice your puppy has teeth, extra teeth that didn't fall out, give us a call. I promise your pets will thank you.
WCBI Animal Health with Dr. Emerson was brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point. This is WCBI News Sunrise with Keely Shields.
Welcome back, everyone. So after almost 27 years, a Lowndes County deputy is putting up his badge, but he still plans to serve the community he now calls home.
Our Grace Brister sat down with him to hear about his journey and the next chapter of his service.
It wasn't the career path he started on, but Captain Chad Bell always knew he wanted to be involved in law enforcement. He first got his chance with the Columbus Police Department in 1999. In 2003, he moved to the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office, and he's been there ever since.
My heart was always in it, and I started applying again, and I ended up in Columbus. And it's strange because I was in Baltimore, but I worked for a company in Macon at the time. I met my wife, and then we moved to Baltimore, and then I applied in Columbus and got the job.
Bell says his wife brought him to Mississippi, and coming from Baltimore was a big adjustment.
The dialect, the southern drawl, I could not understand it. And people would say, I would get called in, and they're like, you're not listening to what people are saying because you're asking them to repeat themselves. And I'm like, I'm listening so hard, I just can't understand what they're saying.
But Mississippi became his home. In more than 2 decades of law enforcement, Bell has seen a lot of changes, both in practice and in people.
There was honor among thieves. When you were chasing bad guys, they knew it was a game. And if you caught them, you win, and there was no hard feelings. And if they got away with it, you went home and tried to do better. Now it seems like people just go right to a gun. And before it wasn't like that. People valued their life. And now it just seems like everyone's so willing to pull a gun out.
He says the job comes with a heavy emotional toll, but there are aspects that make it all worth it.
It's one of the things that they don't teach you in the academy and they don't teach you in law enforcement is you see a lot of horrific things and you deal with a lot of horrific things, and no one ever really tells you how to manage it. You just got to do it. Every time I've arrested somebody or helped somebody in a moment of need made me feel like my job matters. Every time I locked up somebody who was breaking the law, I felt like I was making a difference. And you're helping someone on the side of the road or helping find a lost child or something like that. If you feel like you make a difference.
Bell also serves as the assistant coordinator of Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. Over the past decade, he's seen how this tool has benefited the community.
People are worried about retribution, and I can assure anyone who calls Crime Stoppers, we have no clue who you are. We don't want to know. But it's great for the public. And a lot of people say, I don't want the money. I just want the problem fixed in my neighborhood. So it's been great. It's really a great program.
After retirement, he will continue his work with Crime Stoppers. He will be serving as a private citizen with the organization and still helping catch criminals.
He'll be able to play a more critical role in the Crime Stoppers organization.
Lowndes County Sheriff Eddie Hawkins says he relies heavily on the call takers for Crime Stoppers, such as Captain Bell, for getting information and relaying it to the right entities so they can run down leads, make arrests, and solve crimes. Hawkins says he's worked with Captain Bell for a majority of his time in law enforcement, and they've learned a lot working together.
We learn things together every day. Replacing somebody like that is hard. He's going to be missed. It's hard to replace good, qualified people who care about the public, who care about our community. Those type of people are really hard to replace. I think that he's going to play another role in helping our community. I look forward to continuing working with him, throughout our careers.
Bell says his advice for anyone getting into law enforcement is to be patient and learn something new every day.
If you're not learning something every day, you're getting behind. It's been a great journey. It's a front row seat to real life. It's a great, very rewarding profession, and I'm so grateful that I've spent my almost 27 years doing this job healthy. Every day waking up with this job, I was excited to come in. I've been truly blessed to be at this department. It's a family, and going is going to be bittersweet, but when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Well, here is a look at temperatures across the United States right now. Here in Columbus, 27 degrees, 38 down there in New Orleans, 27 in Nashville. So we're not the coldest in the country, but it is quite chilly this morning. Definitely want the heavy jacket as you're heading out the door. The good news is we're nice and clear on clouds and radar. Not a single cloud in the sky right now. So that sunshine is going to keep us feeling a little warmer than we felt yesterday, although our temperatures will be pretty similar. We'll see high temperatures in the mid 40s today, 46 for that high in Columbus, 44 up in Tupelo, and 45 there in Coffeyville. So going to be a chilly day today, but the good news is if you're not a fan of this colder weather, we are warming up. Heading into tomorrow, 64 degrees will be our high temperature. We cool down just a touch for Saturday, 53, but after that we'll start warming up, eventually reaching the 70s by the time we start next week, going to be about 15 degrees above average as we head into next week.
Welcome back to Sunrise and Entertainment News this morning. For fans of fur over pigskin, the Puppy Bowl is returning this Sunday as an alternative to the Super Bowl. And two big names in music are coming together in a new romantic comedy. Bradley Blackburn gets us started with your Eye on Entertainment.
Kelly Rowland and Method Man are lighting up screens ahead of Valentine's Day in the new rom-com Relationship Goals.
What do you say we take the night off from being mortal enemies?
One condition, we go back to hating each other tomorrow.
The stars play former flames and television news producers competing for the same job. As they delve into the same best-selling self-help book, they begin to discover the true meaning of love.
As I was growing up, I watched my mom figure out love, getting it right, getting it wrong, and all of it. When you make the mistake, you learn from the mistakes.
Relationship Goals is streaming now on Prime Video.
In 3, 2, 1.
Team Fluff and Team Rough are going head-to-head ahead of Super Bowl 60 in Puppy Bowl 22. This year's showdown features 150 adoptable dogs from 72 shelters across the U.S., Puerto Rico, and the British Virgin Islands. including a number of senior and special needs pups.
We thought, let's pull in as many as we can. Let's bring in the seniors as well. At halftime, we have a senior exhibition game of senior adoptable dogs to showcase as many different dogs as we can.
The 3-hour Puppy Bowl special airs this Sunday on Animal Planet, as well as several other networks and platforms.
You the new girl?
And a misfit group of high school students discover a cursed Aztec object in the new horror movie Whistle, setting off a terrifying chain of events. Sophie Nélisse stars in the film as Ellie, one of the teens affected by the whistle's deadly consequences.
She meets Chris. It's really beautiful to see them kind of coming together and bringing out the best in each other.
Whistle hits theaters nationwide Friday. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Singer Barry Manilow is postponing his shows in Las Vegas for health reasons. The 82-year-old had surgery to remove a cancerous spot from one of his lungs in December. Manilow says he'll use the time off to ensure his full recovery. Ticket holders will get a full refund from their place of purchase. The singer is scheduled to start his 2026 arena tour on February 27th in Tampa. A farmer in North Dakota is putting his state's agriculture on the world stage. He's appearing in Budweiser's commercial during this weekend's Super Bowl. Jody Kurzman spoke with the farmer about the experience.
Budweiser's Super Bowl ad features one of the iconic Budweiser Clydesdales, a bald eagle, and a North Dakota farmer. That's Brian Franzen. He's a fourth-generation farmer from Cole Harbor.
My great-grandfather emigrated over from Sweden to Cole Harbor, North Dakota.
Brian still farms that land. He was harvesting barley when Budweiser called.
It meant a lot to me that Budweiser wanted to get a real farmer, a real barley farmer from the plains of North Dakota out to shoot a Super Bowl commercial here. I had no idea what to expect out here, but to be able to be here on set and experience something like this for the first time was just kind of mind-blowing.
Brian only gets about a second of airtime. Blink and you might miss him, but he hopes it might be enough to remind Americans just how important farmers are.
The title of the commercial is American Icons, and what better icon than a Clydesdale, a bald eagle, and a farmer who literally works with this American soil to make his living.
We're so excited to be able to feature a real barley farmer in our Super Bowl commercial this year. It's really an opportunity for us to celebrate and acknowledge all the people who have worked the last 150 years to produce, deliver, and enjoy this great tasting, high quality American beer.
Brian says while being in a Super Bowl commercial was a pretty amazing experience, he's not leaving his farm for Hollywood anytime soon.
Well, I think I'll stick to the plains of North Dakota.
Will also appear in a Super Bowl ad taking shots at her exes while highlighting sports betting. In the commercial for Fanatic Sportsbook, she talks about placing bets on her ex-boyfriends in the NBA. The whole time she's showing off her luxury lifestyle, featuring a mansion, vintage car, and private jet. And laughingly, she says, "How else do you think I could afford all this?" The ad will run Sunday during the Super Bowl. Well, beyond the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day is sneaking up, so new romantic dramas and comedies will be coming to theaters, starting with the flick starring Kevin James. David Daniel has a preview.
Buonasera, signore. Hey, I'm just gonna need to move some things around with my reservation. Is there something wrong? Look, I think we both know things didn't go too well today. What's going on?
She was just here, and then she wasn't.
A wedding in Rome doesn't go as planned for Kevin James in Solo Mio.
Is the seat taken?
Sorry, do I know you?
You on that honeymoon package?
Yes.
Where's your two?
That's personal.
Oh, it's a no-show.
We're trying to thread a needle of a classic romantic comedy, great characters, a great backdrop with Italy.
She's the only woman I ever loved. Look, I can't start over again.
You have to try. Don't be afraid.
Did you kiss her?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, like this. It's not hard. Don't be weird.
We went to Italy, went to Rome, went to Tuscany, and we're still pinching ourselves,
yeah.
right? I mean, it turned out
No,
right.
it sounds funny to say, but it really was the dream project for my brothers and I to work with this cast and to work with Kevin.
Yeah.
And the Italian crew was incredible too. We had this amazing crew in Italy.
Line him up, buddy.
It was the worst experience of my life.
One of the hardest shoots ever. I mean, we ate so much pasta,
so much
wine.
pasta,
Oh my God.
tiramisu, espresso, grappa, gelato.
Man, it's too much.
Yeah, I did gain 20 pounds as well.
Yeah. We just became a team. We hung out every night, the whole group. We'd go out and we had the fun that you see in the movie. You know, we'd have drinks and dinner together and sing songs. And it really was like a crazy love fest. It was fun.
It's beautiful. I had to come back sometime.
Don't leave. Stay.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And those are your entertainment headlines. We'll be right back.
Just fine. Okay. That's better.
Your WCBI First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Scott Brown.
Hey there, welcome back into Sunrise. Well, it is a cold morning. If you haven't stepped outside already, just be prepared for that cold to be really strong. Right now, feeling like 19 degrees in West Point and Aberdeen, feeling like 18 in Columbus. Very chilly. Grab the jacket on your way out the door as we head through the rest of the day. We're going to stay in the 30s and 40s the entire day. 40 degrees around 11 a.m., 42 at noon. It'll be nice and sunny though throughout the day. It's also, we're not going to be seeing the strong winds that we were seeing yesterday, and the sunshine will be out for the entire day. So although our temperatures are pretty similar to what we saw yesterday, we're going to be feeling a little warmer, 46 degrees for that high temperature later today. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to be warming up quite a bit. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures staying in the mid 60s across the board. We'll see a cold front push through tomorrow night. That'll be a dry cold front. Not going to see any rain out of that, but it will cool our temperatures down on Saturday into the 50s. We'll be be seeing the 50s on Saturday, and then on Sunday, the 60s make a return. We'll be sitting in the mid-60s Sunday afternoon for most of the day there. And then after that, we warm up into the 70s as we start next week. So going to be well above average, and we're going to be staying dry over the next several days. No rain chances for the end of this week and the weekend. We'll see some clouds building in on Saturday, but overall not seeing any precipitation with those clouds. And that'll be the story again on Sunday, even into Monday as well. But our next rain chance won't come until in the middle of next week. Today, nice and dry with that sunshine, just going to be pretty chilly, 46 degrees for our high temperature. We'll dip below freezing overnight tonight and then warm up quite a bit for Friday, 64 degrees for that high temperature, cooling down just a touch for Saturday. After that though, our temperatures will start steadily increasing into the 60s on Sunday and then eventually the lower 70s by next week.
We'll just continue asking their questions.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Greg, do you want me to text this to you or do you want me to email it to you? Because I can email you the actual file or I can send you the YouTube link, whichever one you prefer.
Email the actual file so I can include that in their report.
Okay, can do.
Can I get we're going to do some mic check. You just say your first and last name, Stone.
Quan Walker, Q-U-A-N. Walker.
Okay, all right, now we're going to the next one.
Stephanie Brown. Stephanie Brown.
One more time for both, or?
Quan Walker. Can you hear me? Stephanie Brown.
Telling your story. You're watching WCBI Sunrise.
Welcome back, everyone. So today kicks off a new art exhibit at the Columbus Arts Council. Director Quan Walker and artist Stephanie Brown join me in studio. And guys, they've even brought on what we can expect. Ladies, first of all, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Miss Stephanie, I am so excited because your art is doing quilting. And it's something you were saying off air you never really thought of as artistry.
I did not. I just thought I was quilting. And I learned, 1981 from Big Mama. She's the one who taught me how to quilt. And as I didn't start quilting until 2005 when I was going to become a grandmother.
Okay.
And then I just started the basics and it just took off from there. And I started just making art with my quilts. They were not only utilitarian to warm, my loved ones, but they became a work of art.
Yes. And through you learning to quilt, you also learned that it was quilting and patterns were used in the Underground Railroad, correct?
Exactly. I try to incorporate some legendary history, some culture into my quilts, but then I give them a modern twist and just add my own Stephanie Brown wazzle dazzle to it.
And speaking of the wazzle dazzle, you can see it here on your screen. So Miss Stephanie, talk to me a little bit about this. Does it tell a story?
Definitely. It starts off with Medea, who's the image in the front.
Okay.
And I found that dish towel in South Carolina maybe 13 years ago. It was in an antique store. And I didn't know what I was going to do with it. She intrigued me, so I just bought it. And then I created a whole quilt around her, which explains the story of our four mothers who had to be cooks and nannies and take care of children. And they worked very hard so that their children and generations after them would have a much better life.
Yes. And Quan, what does that mean to have an exhibit like this at the Arts Council? And the quilt will actually be on display only tonight,
Only
correct?
tonight, yes. It has to travel back to Jackson with Ms. Brown. So if you want to see the quilt up close and personal, you have to come tonight. But the exhibit will stay up until March.
And Miss Stephanie, so this is in the museum in Jackson, correct? And you have others there as well.
Right, but right now they're not on exhibition. But I do have other quilts that will be at the gallery with Quan, and they will stay for
until March.
Until March.
So how long did this specific quilt behind us take for you to do?
This one took 14 months.
And this is all by hand,
All
correct?
totally by hand. And that's because that's the way Big Mama did it. She did not have a sewing machine. And so I wanted to keep that tradition going.
And so who is Big Mama to you?
Big Mama is my husband's grandmother. She was born in 1907.
Wow.
And passed away in 1995. But in 1981, she asked me, do you want to learn how to quilt? And I said yes.
So how did that relationship of yours grow with Big Mama, getting to learn from her how to quilt?
Oh my goodness. Well, because I didn't start right away.
Okay.
And she was passed away by the time I started using her techniques.
Really?
She was passed away. But she told me, get a piece of cardboard. That's how you make your shape. She went in the closet and pulled out all these flour sacks, from way back when. And she showed me how to cut the squares out and stitch them together. And so, yes. That really took a lot.
Well, everyone, you can go see Miss Stephanie and her quilt in the exhibit tonight at the Columbus Arts Council. Quan, what time do we need to be there?
5:30.
5:30. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. All right, everyone. Oh, are we doing the... Hey, everyone. I'm Keely Shields.
And I'm meteorologist Scott Brown.
And we sure hope you all can join us here on WCBI Sunrise on Fox 4 from 7 to 9. We'll take a look at those local and national headlines. And don't forget Eric's Entertainment. We'll also have guests in studio during our 8 o'clock hour.
I'll keep you up to date on your forecast. We have warmer temperatures on the way as we head into the weekend and the start of next week with rain-free conditions. But I'll have it all here on Sunrise.
right, everyone, welcome back. So we're getting ready to wrap things up here on our 8 o'clock hour, but I wanted to take time again to say that it is actually National Weather Person's Day today. So Scott, this is would it be your first year getting to like celebrate?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So I know that we've talked about it before, but can you remind our viewers like when you decided this is the career I want to go into?
I don't know. I've always just had a fascination with weather. And I think the time I can really pinpoint it down to is like 2nd grade. We had a meteorologist come visit our school. And I just remember always being fascinated.
Yes.
And so I don't know. I'm glad that I'm here doing this.
So what is one misconception that people have about the weather?
I don't know. I think there's a lot. But I think, man, you're putting me on the spot here. A misconception. I would say that, I don't know.
That's pretty saucy. We'll talk about that.
I'll have to think on it. Yeah.
But I also want to say, as part of National Weather Person's Day, Bluebell, actually the ice cream, the best ice cream ever, brings meteorologists in the area ice cream to celebrate for your hard work. So
very excited
to
share
you,
it with everyone too.
I'm excited to get some of Scott's ice cream, guys. Join me over on CBS for Mid Morning.